Why 93% of the people in the gym never lose belly fat. In this video, I'm going to go over everything, and it's going to be the ugly truth of why 93% of the people never lose belly fat. And I'm also going to take you throughout my entire day, and you're going to know exactly what you need to do to move from that 93% to that 7%. I've done this multiple times myself. Even in medical school, I've coached over 1,000 people. Look at my clients like Shannon, look at Wayne, look at Tori, that I've been able to transform because I was able to give them everything they needed to transition from that 93% into the 7% that's successful and that maintained it for the rest of their life. So I'm gonna take you throughout my entire day, my birthday as well. But let me show you guys something. This is what 5 pounds of fat looks like. And this is what 5 pounds of muscle looks like. Sometimes, and what happens a lot of the times, people give up too soon because they're used to getting instant gratification. We live in a world where we want it fast. And to be able to transform this 5 pounds of fat into 5 pounds of muscle consists of all the things I'm gonna share with you in this video, but I'll take you throughout the day and my birthday, and then we will talk about tip number 1 that will change everything for you. But let me grab my coffee first. As you guys know, I practice intermittent fasting. Black coffee is the breakfast of champions. Before I share with you tip number 1, I am going to go and pick up my birthday present. It is a 15-year dream come true. And I'm gonna share this story with you. I've never shared it on this channel, and I'm excited to share it with you. I'll have finished this cup of coffee, we'll hop in a taxi, and we'll go to get the present. But if you guys wanna leave me a gift, the best thing I can ask for is a gentle thumbs up. All I ask is your support, and I really, really appreciate it. So, let's go pick it up, man. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Something that I do that has helped me tremendously is a black coffee and intermittent fasting. And I'll talk about people drinking black coffee. I've heard a lot of people saying, hey, I don't like black coffee. I don't like drinking black coffee. You can have tea as well, but I'm gonna have this, and then I'm gonna jump into step number 1. But let me finish this and down this and then get to the birthday boy time, man. The present is here. Exactly 15 years ago, I took a photo in front of an orange Lamborghini, and it was my dream car. And I worked my tail off thinking about this moment. I never bought a car to take it away or take away energy from what I wanted, and I stayed true to exactly what I wanted, and I worked my tail off, and this is my car. I've never shared it on my channel, but this is it. It's a Performante. So I came to pick it up, got it wrapped in the orange color, which I absolutely love, but I'll tell you guys more about the car. But for any of you, manifest and think about what you want and stay true to it and go for it consistently. I never thought it was possible, but I kept on thinking about it, man, and I dreamed about the moment, and I thought, what do I need to do? And when an idea is constantly on your mind, you'll consistently think of ways that you can end up getting to that position. So for me, dream come true. I even got the color wrapped in the way that I wanted it, just because it's exactly what I envisioned and what I dreamt of. But let me pick up the car. So here we're going for my supplement cocktail. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys, I tried to film this portion of the video a few times and it didn't come out right, but there's no way for me to share what I'm about to share with sounding nice. This is the ugly truth. The first reason most people are never able to lose their belly fat because you don't want it bad enough. Let me explain. When I was in university and getting through pre-med, the saying that got me through pre-med was, you want to need to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. And he gave the example of taking someone's head and sinking them into water, right? 1 minute passing, you start fighting and gasping for air because you need it, and you come up and you breathe, and you desperately need to breathe, if not you will die. And I was like, Mike, you need to want success that badly. The same applies to wanting to lose your belly fat. When you get to that psychological point that you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you will be able to lose your belly fat. And the first thing I do is I'm selective with who I work with, and I try and determine if they're there. So in most cases, you might be in a place in your life where you're not prepared to be able to make that sacrifice, and also for that to be your priority. Example, You may be a dad, and maybe taking care of your newborn is a priority, and you're just focusing on taking care of your newborn baby. Or you might be a single man or a single woman, and you're going on dates, you're going to the club on the weekend. You may be a college student, and all you want to do is get good grades so you can get into medical school, for example. So you end up eating foods that aren't the best. You're not sleeping enough, which isn't helping you, right, in terms of your whole dieting process. And the truth is that you need to figure out if this is a priority in your life right now. Is losing this belly fat a priority? And you need to ask yourself in your hearts of hearts and think about it. It's like, do you want this as bad as you want to breathe? And when the answer is yes, you will get results. It will happen because you'll think of it and you'll stop making excuses. When the weekend comes and your friend hands you that drink, you're gonna be like, don't want it. When the weekend comes and your friends are inviting you to go eat McDonald's or have a pizza with them, you're gonna be like, I don't wanna eat that, so I'm gonna make a meal. And what ends up happening is you start making better decisions and you're more conscious. So no more, what happens is excuses go out the window and you start making a plan. And that's the difference. The first thing is that it's a priority. And I speak to so many people and they'll say, Mike, I wanna do it, this is bad. And when the time comes when they have to make that commitment, then the excuses start coming out, and that is okay. But you need to figure out where you are. Do you want this as bad as you want to breathe? Or is your business, or is your work life, or is your relationship, or is there other things that are at a higher priority level? When you're at a 10 out of 10, when it's the most important thing, where you want to be confident in your clothes and you want to look good and you want to first get in shape and then find a partner, you will then see that you will start being in a caloric deficit. You don't mind tracking your calories on MyFitnessPal. You don't care if your parents always eat bad foods because you have control over what you put in your mouth. All of a sudden, all the excuses go out the window. And every time you get tested, right, when someone wants to take you off your plan, you stick to it and the belly fat will come off because you keep on making better decisions. I'm going to show you what is the second reason that is stopping 93%. So ask yourself, is this a priority? And if it is, you've done the hardest part. These transformations have truly been life-changing for my clients. It's just not about losing the fat. It's about finally becoming the man you've always wanted to be, a top 1% man. If you're ready to finally make a change and take responsibility for your life and health, and you're ready to lose the fat, you're ready to optimize your energy levels and gain that supreme confidence, pause the video right now, scroll down below, and click the link where it says one-on-one coaching and fill out the application to work with me. Schedule your diagnostic call where we'll truly figure out what you would need to do to help you reach your goal. Come through, man. Let me spit some game. The second thing of why 93% of people never lose their belly fat is because you're too focused in on the end result, this point, and you're not focused in on the journey that you need to go through. So what happens is because you keep on focusing on this shiny object and you don't get there in enough time, it ends up discouraging you. However, if you start focusing on the things you just do, the journey, each and every single day, and improving yourself, walking your 10,000 steps, eating healthy, preparing cheap meals at home versus going out, and think about the things that you need to do to be able to become the version of yourself that finally loses their belly fat, that person who enjoys the journey will always reach their destination because they don't care about the final outcome. And it's the same thing with the 3 layers of behavior change. There's 3 layers. The outer one is the outcome, which is the goal that you have. If it's a weight goal, a body fat percentage, or even a financial goal. The second innermost layer is the process, which means all the things you need to do to hit that outcome. So if you want to lose weight, it's the 10,000 steps, it's eating healthy, it's sleeping enough. And the one that has the most profound effect is changing your identity. So the person who will see the most results will always be the person who changes their identity. If you identify as a person who says, hey, I eat healthy, you're more likely to look at that process each and every single day and enjoy it. And when you finally look up, you'll see that the outcome is a byproduct of the identity change. If you see yourself as a person who loves walking, in a year, you'll walk 10,000 steps and you'll lose 24 pounds just by walking the 10,000 steps because you identify as a person who loves walking or who loves doing cardio. So what I want, and the message I want to send here, when I work with anybody, my focus isn't their particular goal. I get them there, but the things I'm changing is their identity as a person. And I figured out a process that allows them to love what they're doing. So I build them a diet and a nutrition plan that they love. I figure out a cardio plan that they'll do the rest of their life. I figure out a training routine that they'll do the rest of their life. And that is an identity change, which when you look at it, it has a profound effect on the process that you follow and the final result that you get. So when you finally want to lose your belly fat, it will come off when you change your identity. If you identify yourself as someone who doesn't eat junk food, what happens? You will lose weight. If you identify yourself as as a man who sticks to his word, what happens? The chances that you stick to your word and you will do what you say you will do is so much higher, and you'll become a higher valued individual. But that is the second thing. Now I'll take you upstairs and show you what the third thing that is stopping people from losing their belly fat. Number 3 is environment. Your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. That's something I got from James Clear, and it's very true. When you've seen me at 30% body fat, this was my environment. I would have Oreo cookies in my cupboard, right? I'd have that here, or I'd have it on my table. My fridge would be full of the leftover pizza or a burger or the food that I ordered out. There would also just be cookies, and that was my weakness. And what would happen is I would follow my diet really well, and at the end of the day or at night, I would just reach for it, and all my hard work would be erased. Think about it. If you have this table and you have cookies on this table, maybe throughout the day you weren't even craving the cookies, but because they were so accessible, it was easy for you to be able to eat those cookies and those extra calories. So what I've done personally, my entire apartment is junk food free. Basically foods that aren't going to support me in terms of my goal. But it doesn't mean that I'm eating just chicken, broccoli, and rice. For example, high protein ice cream, 240 calories. I don't buy sodas anymore that have calories in it. I never drink my calories. So what do I do instead? If I'm gonna have a soda, it's gonna be 0 calorie. Or if you guys saw the little hack I've shown you in my previous video, I'll have some sparkling water and I will have it with 0 calorie water enhancer. You can change a lot of the things in your environment to support you in terms of your goal. So how to break a bad habit. Number 1, the inversion of the first law. Make it invisible. And this is what I was talking about when you don't want to be able to see it at all, right? So you don't want cookies on your table, you don't want cake on your table, you don't want alcohol or beer just in a place that you see, because the likelihood that you go for it, even when you weren't thinking about it, is so much higher. The second thing is reduce exposure. Remove the cues of bad habits from your environment. If you're a person who's struggling drinking, don't keep alcohol in your place. Make it unattractive. Put it in a place that is very difficult to reach. So if you think about it, maybe you end up waking up at night and you want to grab those chips, those crisps that you have, but you have it in such a place where you need to kind of get on a little ladder to reach it. You're just gonna be like, you know what, I'll just get something else that's easier. So make it unattractive, make it in such a way that you don't want to, that it's an effort for you to do. Make it difficult and make it unsatisfying. Now those are all about breaking bad habits, but also promoting good habits. So something that I do is I have my under the desk treadmill. I have 2, and I've done that recently. I have one here. So if I'm gonna watch TV, or if I'm gonna reply to text, or if I'm gonna do something I enjoy, it's gonna be right here, and I need to do both. I need to get steps in and I need to walk, and that's why this lives here. I have another one in my office. So you can also set up your environment in such a way that it will promote success. Number 4, you guys just saw me doing boxing, and I've been boxing for about a year, and I suck. But I love being an amateur again. So what I want to encourage you guys, instead of me focusing on trying to become the next Floyd Mayweather, which I know won't happen, and it will take years and years and years till I can even achieve a fraction of that. Instead of me focusing on the outcome, what I'm more focused on is the process. And I'm loving learning new skills with boxing. I love the walking. I love eating healthy. I hate when I'm eating food that I don't enjoy, in terms of eating something super greasy. It makes me feel sick. And I love the person I'm becoming. So what I want to encourage people with trying to move over from the 93% to the 7%, and what I coach my clients with, is that I make people focus in on the identity, on who they want to become. Do you want to be someone who has a six-pack? Do you want to be someone who is respected? Do you want to be rich? And if those are the things that you want to be, are you acting accordingly? Are you doing the right thing? Find a way to enjoy the process. I love walking, and because I love walking, I am now in better shape. It's easier for me to stay at single-digit body fats because I like eating healthy and I enjoy it and I love the meals I make. I prefer eating that versus eating junk food. So I'm more focused in on my identity and the process versus the outcome. And when you can shift this behavior, this way of thinking, you will see that losing your belly fat is effortless and you'll never have belly fat again. And this is why with my coaching, we have weekly coaching calls, and I'll just listen to the stuff my clients say and I say, hey, this is the way you should think about it. So say for you, find cardio you genuinely enjoy. If that's CrossFit, if that's running, if that's hiking, if that's soccer, if it's basketball. That's part of your identity, that's part of your process. 2, find foods you enjoy eating that are healthier, and that will become part of your process and your identity versus thinking about losing 20 to 30 pounds. Find a sleeping routine that you can follow and you can stay consistent with. Find a training routine that you love instead of like, damn, I need to go and complete this chore. When you have that mindset shift, that belly fat is gone guaranteed. The only thing that is standing in your way is time. And finally, the 5th thing that's important for you to finally be able to lose your belly fat is knowledge. This is the biggest problem I see with YouTube, is that there's so much information out there. There's maybe way too much, and it's contradictory. And it's also anecdotal. So keto diet, paleo, vegan, intermittent fasting, 72-hour fasting, all these different diets. And what ends up happening is people end up doing nothing. They're just consuming content and they're not doing anything. Knowledge is what's gonna stop most people because you're paralyzed because of analysis paralysis. You're paralyzed by all of this info. So this is my recommendation. These are the 2 to 3 channels that I think are amazing for information. Number 1 is me. Number 2 is Jeremy Ethier. He's really good. Watch his videos. And finally, Jeff Nippard. Follow those 3 people, watch their videos on fat loss, and you'll be good to go. And if you need help, buy their products because they have such a big brand that it's not worth not helping you. They need to help you. Same with me. When someone works with me, it is in my best interest to make sure anyone who works with me is successful. So, knowledge is important. Those are the 3 people I highly recommend. And if you're consuming any of our content, you will be fine and you'll see the results you need to. So in short, to be able to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. To be able to lose just fat specifically, you need a high protein. And when I say high, I mean 1 gram per pound of body weight. Moderate carb, low fat. Low fat, when I say that, is 20% fat minimum and the rest of your calories towards carbs. Walk 8,000 steps, 10,000 steps. If you can go more, walk more, and sleep 8 hours. Do this consistently. It will take you 3-4 months, maybe 5, depending on what your body fat percentage is. Stop doing the cheat meals. Try and cut out as much alcohol as you can. Be healthier, change your identity, and you'll be in a much better place. I'm gonna leave the video here and have my first meal. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you want more of this, I really take the feedback by the thumbs up, just the love that you guys show these videos, so thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. I can't even think, I'm so tired. Bye.